Hello guys, good morning, welcome to Flory Models. Here we are for our daily vlog on Tuesday the 25th of September 2018. Obviously yesterday was a little bit of a mishmash day. It was a very long day. To be honest with you, on the Sunday we were up at 6, didn't get back here till midnight. So by the time we sort of half unloaded the car and everything else like that, it was well gone midnight. So yesterday it was like catching up with various things, loads of emails, all that usual stuff, and trying to take it a little bit easy, to be honest. So anyway, we are back at it this morning. I've just been going through some posts because we had quite a lot of posts over the weekend that has turned up and yesterday. So first of all, I do have to thank, this is from Gavin. Gavin Crawley, which way round do you reckon this one goes? For our very nice turkey hats. There we go. What I will do, I'll get one sent up to Steve. Because I've got some bits I'm going to have to send up to him anyway, and I will send some up. But there we go, look, there it is. We have our turkey hats for this year's turkey shoot. Should be good. So we've got 2 of those. So big thank you for Gavin for sending those. I will make sure Steve gets his. And then the other one we've got, what else? We've got loads down here today. The other one we've got is from Chris. And Chris has done me a nice little letter here, and he has sent me some more patches. Again, this is it. I am going to do this. Probably like a 1-day build, because luckily these are all Velcroed as well. So what I'm probably going to end up doing is getting some very good strong 3M strips mounted onto a board. We'll do it as a 1-day build, because I have now, I think really we can tell a proper story about these, but some of these are nice. I love this one in particular, and the reason I love this one, you can tell it's been used. It's really worn out, and sometimes, although the brand new ones are really nice, and obviously a lot of the guys send me their new Squadron patches and stuff like that, I love the warm ones because it's almost got history to it. Patina, my favourite word. It has that thing where you can just tell it's been used because it's been worn out. It's been, the material's very soft and sort of malleable, but also it's just worn down, and I love that with it. But these ones have definitely seen some action over the years, including this gorgeous one as well. So these are from CH53, so we've got HMH 464. And then we've got HMHT302, the Phoenix ones, which is obviously that one, and those ones down in there as well. So they're from down at Cherry Point, and we got VMA 542, which is that lovely worn out one as well. Which is the Harrier Squadron down there at Cherry Point. So great to have those as well. Marine Corps patches, brilliant. What I'm going to have to do is go through everyone's letters and try and get them in some semblance of order, or we're just going to have this giant montage which tells a story. So if you have got a patch, I am a real anorak nerd. This is one of my hobbies, is say flight sim, patch collecting, and model making. It's about me. Oh, and F1. So that's around about it. It's one of those things, but if you have got a patch, especially if it's one of your patches, I know it's like a bit of an ass, because if I've been given a patch and all the rest of it, I tend to, you know, want to keep them very much for personal collection, but trust me, they'll go to a very nice home, and we've got some great ones which tell stories, and that's the great thing about it. It's not just like a patch, you go online, you buy a patch and you stick it on your wall. Most of them, not all of them, because I bought a lot of them myself just online, but all have some history to them and a little story that goes with it, and that is the beautiful thing about, I think, patch collecting as a history. Is like, guys, they've retired, you know, and you know, it has that thing about that so many years in service and all those things, and it doesn't matter, you don't have to be air crew or anything else like that, the maintainers as well, God, you know, you're just as much important as the pilot. So yeah, from that point of view, any type of patches, send them along to me, usual place, and it'll get to you. Now today is a bit of an exciting day, and it's something I'm going to cover towards the end of the show, because as this day progresses, obviously things are going to come online, and of course we're talking about the new PM store, something that me and Matt have been working since last September. We launched the site. It's been going over a year now. We had our anniversary a couple of weeks ago, and now we've got our own dedicated standalone site. You might know we've now got our own unit. We've got the retail store. The shop fitters were in there actually this weekend. I'm going to get some photos off of Matt to see exactly what they've got, but I know already they've started working on his studio setup, and obviously some of the other areas in there. It is a work in progress. Obviously we haven't got tens of thousands of pounds to throw at shop fitting to have this glorious thing and all the rest of it. So it's going to be a little bit rough and ready, but the idea is still we don't want to have a situation where we're spending, as I say, £35,000 on shop fitting, because at some point we're going to have to try and recoup that back, as in prices. So to keep the prices as low as possible, we are going to be rustic, we are going to be a little bit rough and ready, but hopefully over the years and as it builds on its own 2 feet and everything else like that, it's going to be in that position where we can offer better things, better prices, and then we can spend a little bit more money on the environment and in shop fitting and let it develop. But at the moment it's a new venture, and like all new ventures, we're trying to keep it small, we're trying to keep it very, you know, much manageable and everything else like that, and that's what we're trying to do. So it's a little bit like me now, just doing Flory models from me personally, not having any staff anymore. Yes, okay, the workload is a little bit more, but I'm hoping we're going to be doing more quality over quantity, okay? And also it sounds funny as well, is that Saturday morning, for instance, before I left to go to drive up to the Midlands, I did 4 reviews. So I've got them all done, I've just got to edit those, so I can edit those at my leisure and then we can put them up. So they're all going to be up with you this week as well. So I did that Volvo, we did the Panther, I did others and I can't remember what they are now as well. So we've got those coming up as well. I've got loads of orders to get on with this morning, so I'm going to catch up with those. So thank you for everybody for your orders. So what I'm probably going to be doing is really just focusing about what's going on here and everything else. And then as we make our way through, like tomorrow, I'm going to be then starting on the base. So tomorrow's going to be all about the base for that P40. So we're going to be doing that. I'll vlog it, and then obviously it'll get turned into a proper video during the end of the week. The other thing I'm going to be doing this week as well is this guy, which, to be honest, thanks for all the feedback on this one. It actually doesn't look too bad. I think it looks all right just as his own. But we're going to be doing a weathering, so I'm going to do this as a tutorial. It's going to be standalone. It's not going to be part of a video build of this particular one or anything else like that, or a vlog. It will be more of a standalone. So I'm hoping to pencil that in either for Thursday or Friday, that we're going to be using basically oils and showing about using neat oils to do that blending effect in a way of doing weathering, which I think works really well on smaller scales. Because when you go in with just general washes and that, they're great, but the weathering's too much. You know, even with the Flory Models weathering wash, I know it has its limitations, and in the smaller scales it looks quite gritty. So oils have that way of being blended and giving a smoother, nicer effect. So that's why for this one it literally just had really a panel line wash and an underlying grime down into it, because we put it over a flat coat. But generally all that weathering is going to bounce back now. We're going to lighten it and hopefully give it a better scale effect by using oil. So what I want to do is spend a whole day doing nothing but that. So that's going to be probably either Thursday or Friday. I'll do that, and then I'll edit it up into a proper, crisp, concise thing, and it can go part of our new tutorials thing. Because one of those things that obviously when we spoke about last week, the new direction of Flory Models and that, the thing that came out of it, I suppose, was video builds don't do anything, keep them as they are, no problem with that. And then obviously the Wednesday live show with the boys, you all thought that was fantastic and everything, that is obviously going to stay. The kids section, I'm still going to keep that alive, and obviously at the weekend, heartbreaking moment speaking to some of the kids, but obviously I'm going to keep that going and make sure we inspire the next generation. So that's a big thing that's going to come out. Kit reviews, I know some of you said they were a little bit long-winded, but if you look at it, and I've gone through the demographics and tried to get a feel, it's like, don't touch it, they're great. You know, everybody else tries to copy, and yes, there is others, but it's my opinion and that's what you seem to value. God help you all. Okay, so that is basically going to stay as well. So really we're just sort of got our way of doing it now. Hopefully we can now just move on. I'm going to get on, and obviously next week we're going to be starting on the Tomcat. We're going to be going through that build, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to post up what you would like me to build next, so it's a little bit more open out there. We'll have polls on the forum, and then you can open up and ask about those. And then over the next few months, again, the main site's going to get a revamp. Now we've done the PM store one, it's going to be very similar-ish, although ours will be a website, not a store, but it's the same template-y type thing to it. And because I know how to do that now, it's quite easy to transfer that across, so that's the thing. Anyway, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to go out to the unit for a couple of hours, just do a few orders, catch up on a few bits of paperwork, stuff like that, and then what we're going to come back, I'm going to do some photography, because I need to do some new, well, basically, that's why I've got all of these here, pictures and that for the new site, because some of our old ones are very out of date. You know, to be honest, one of the bottles of wash still says concrete. Yeah, we haven't been concrete for like 4 years, so we need to do that. So we're going to talk about photography, simple setup and stuff like that when we come back down in here. Little easy background, take some photos of it, and away we go. So first of all, the orders. Okay, so orders all done. That took a lot longer than we thought, because we had lots of orders. So first of all, Ron, I've got your decals. So you'll be sorted and good to go. Couple of things I did pick up from the show. First of all, this. yeah, that's not a lot to it. So, you know, you can see on there, this is a 1/72 Newport N28. And when you see the size of this thing, we were talking about little kits, it looks like the type of thing you could get out of a Christmas cracker, to be honest. It is a little bit ickle. So thank you, Nathan. Obviously, the guys are just messing around with like simple builds we can do, you know, things like that. And we're calling it the £3 build. So you have to buy a kit that costs £3. Nathan went off and found me this one for £3. Personally, I think it was done. I've seen better in a Christmas cracker, but it will be fun. Anyway, big news. Big news. Big news is this is in. Okay, so I am going to do a review of this, maybe this week. I'm hoping if I can find time, I'll get a review done. I might do it one evening. It looks fantastic. I haven't looked at the bottle, but I have seen the ones built on the forum. And when these came in last week, we had this and the B52s in, and I was thinking, you know, I'm going to have a look. Just going to have a look at it. I've always wanted to build technically the Testers one because it's a big B2, but a lot of people always pointed out that it's a horrible kit, and it's, yeah, it is what it is. It's a Testers, very old school, before proper dimensions of that were known about it, so they've got a few little inconsistencies here and there, things like that. But hopefully, you know, Model Collect here have actually done a stunning job on it, and looking at the ones, to be honest with you, on the actual forum, it looks amazing. So I'm not going to say it's going to be any time soon because I've got quite a lot going on, but as you know, we are changing it up a bit, so I'm going to be a little bit more open about what you guys want me to build and things like that. So you might be able to see this one coming up soon. But anyway, the review with it will be up, but it does look good. Fantastic. So we've got that as well. So what I'm going to do next, literally, is clear a lot of this away. I'm going to make a simple little photo studio. I'm going to take photos of the Flory Modders products. Shameless plug, I know, but I haven't got a proper photo of these, nor have I got photos of certain bottles of washes and stuff we were just saying. So what I need to do is do those. We can put them onto the actual PM News website because it's all there. All the stock is already there and everything else. Matt's taken a load of washes and sanders with him on Sunday, so they've got it all, and then we can have a proper look around the actual PM site and you can see all about it. So okay, that is literally it. All I have is a box, and if I can take you around here, you can see we just have a box. Obviously this is an Amazon box, other boxes are available, and it has just got a piece of paper swooshed into it. Now I've got different cards. I've got a blue, a black and a white for doing the photos. Now as you can see, the Mozzie doesn't fit in there very well at all when you're trying to photograph like this because you've got everything in it. But if you stand further away and then zoom in, and then get your angle right, that is the photo you can take. And I don't know if this will do this. So hopefully it might just have taken a photo. But there we go. So that way you can trim it in. But it doesn't matter how you have it. You can have it in or out or anything like that. Okay, so you don't need to have a massive box, and that's a big model in there. You can fit stuff in there. You just go further away and zoom a lot closer in, but that's nothing special. Just taking it just like that, and away you go. Right, so that's that done. Photographing work done. I'm going to pop upstairs. I'm going to put these on the PM site. I'm going to quickly do the post run, and then we can come back and have a look round the new store. Hello and welcome. The official launch of the PMModelsUK.com store has arrived. To say that this has given me and Matt some sleepless nights for the last couple of months. We've been trying to put this together. It's basically the sort of culmination of a year's work. We've actually been going a whole year now with PM Models, and we've brought you great kits at great prices, and we intend to do that. But now we've got the unit, the shop fitters are in as we speak. Yeah, it's exciting times, but the big problem we've always had is trying to do the site or sell kits off of the Flory Model site. It just doesn't work because it's not designed for it. So we've had to go off and put on a big boy pants and build a proper site. So down in here, you'll notice none of these links will work anymore. It's going to take you off to the other one. Shadow stands and that, they will follow suit just within the next couple of days. It's just for the moment aircraft kits and basically the armor kits, vehicles and sci-fi and everything else have moved over to the new site. The links will work on this. You'll click on these, it will take you to the new store. Okay, so basically what you're going to do, you're going to go over to here, you're going to type in the top just up here, you're going to go basically PM Models UK, and I know you've got it already, but you can see it, .com. That's our address. Go, and then you'll arrive here.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is give you a quick walk around, show you some of the offers we've got, some of the things we're working on, but basically so you know how to use it. Now, starting up here at the top, you have a sign in. You can click in here, you can create an account. Okay, that'll just store your information, not your banking information, just your personal details, but also it'll put you onto a mailing list so we can get hold of you with special offers and deals and stuff like that. But you know, it's totally separate to Flory model site, so you will need to sort out an account. You don't have to. I'll show you in a moment. You can bypass all of this, but basically it'll just speed things up if you've got one. So basically you pop your email in and a password and it'll set you up with an account. Okay, so very, very straightforward for doing that. So that's just up here in this corner up at the logo. Okay, the home page, we know we've got this stupid size thing, and if I could figure out a way of getting rid of it, I would, but for the moment we are stuck with what we've got. It's resizing a little picture that we put up to full screen. Down in the bottom, over time we'll add new sections down in here as we go. Just a little bit of a thing, we're just playing with another idea down in here, and this is just the whole of the Little Bird build is on a free to watch area down in here. Okay, and this is what will happen to hopefully the normal site over a little bit of time. It is free to watch. Tell your friends, family, anybody else who's not a member of Flory Models, if they want to see this video exclusively, it is free to watch over here on the PM site just to start with. Anyway, let's get to the good bit. So over here, click on store at the top. Then you've got it. This is all the items we've got in. We are adding to this literally every single day. We've got more and more coming along here. So obviously, as you might imagine, we've got a new arrivals area that is going to be sorted out in the next couple of days. Shameless plug, I know, it's just popping to me. So basically, this is the section you've got with all the sanders and the washers down in here, just like this. Okay, if you want to search by just sanders, just click on sanders at the top. It will just come up with a range of sanders, and you can go through and you can just literally click on a picture, and it's got all of the bits in there, as you might imagine. You can add it to the cart, and you get extra info, which we will put in. I will put in more information into these ones, grits and sizes and all things like that. We'll go down into here as well, but that is literally how it works. Then you can just simply add it to the cart. Okay, and your cart is over here in the top right over here. Then you just click on that and you'll go into cart and everything else. You want to carry on shopping, you can just click back to tools. We've got all the tools, and say you've got all your washes down in there, just like that. Remember, if you are a member, you can get them discounted price. They will be discounted on here, but at the moment it's just the normal price. The sanders and washes discounted for members. Obviously use the normal Flory Models one, but there will be a code you'll be able to use and get deals and everything in here as well. Same thing as well, there's tools coming on. We've got some tweezers in here. Matt's going to be adding them. We've got washes. You click on washes, exactly the same thing comes up in there, just like that. Okay, let's go back to the store. So, as you can imagine, some of the other manufacturers we would deal with is a little bit more complex. Okay, so let's just pick Airfix over here at random. As you can see, we've got all the Airfix kits that we deal with are down in here. If you want to simplify it a little bit, we can go by scale. So you've got 1/48 scale aircraft just down in there like that. We can come 1/72, so we've got all the smaller ones down in here just like that. And obviously we've got keywords like saying British, German, and obviously Spitfire. We've got keywords into these as well, which we'll be going through and sorting all of those out. Again, you can click on it, you'll get a bigger picture. You can click again, you can get even bigger picture. And again, we can add, hopefully the reviews will be down in with this as well, and for the photos, perhaps some of the builds we do, stuff like that, it will add into here. And again, if you wanted to add it, you just click add to cart. It says adding, it says added. Then up here in the top, we've got 2 in the cart, just like that. Okay, back to the store. So as you can imagine, we've got everything we deal with. Some of the companies, we've got lots of stuff, like Trumpeter, we've got quite a bit of gear in here, as you might imagine. Okay, but generally, as you can see, it's going to be quite good. Some things are sold out. These are our standard stock items that we will be carrying all the time. They are on order. If it says sold out, bear with us. You can't buy anything that is sold out. Obviously, it won't let you, and you get a little sticker. And also, if things are on special, you'll get little stickers on the top. So there are some things out of stock at the moment, but they are on order. So when they come back in, obviously make sure you subscribe to the mailing list, things like that, and we can get back to you straight away. But again, instead of having to scroll through for miles, you can just come up by aircraft, and then obviously you've got all your aircraft in there just like that. All right, so very, very straightforward for all your manufacturers, you can imagine, right the way through this. If you want to make things even easier, we've got a search bar down in here, and if we put in here, say Spitfire, it will have a think about it, and there we go. We've got a list of all the Spitfires that we've got for sale at the moment. Okay, and you can scroll down them, everything just like that. All right, if you wanted to, you can. I think we can bring this up. Just click into them, and then it will take you to that specific item. If you wanted that one, you could do it like that. The search thing is being refined all the time, and I think we might have, I don't know, let's have a look at I don't know, and it's a searching one. So as we start to type some of these in, obviously it's coming up. There we go. So it's using the keyword, as you can see under here, is British, because these have been given keywords, and obviously we've got Britain here, and we've got various things coming in with it, and that's obviously because it has been keyword and put in as being British items. That's how it's finding it. So you should be able to find things very simple, very, very quickly. Okay, and again, it's showing you everything that's in stock in these as well. Okay, so that's it. And again, sometimes this works an absolute charm, other times it can be a little bit finicky. It's something that obviously we're working on. It's all down to what words we put in for the search. So we've been putting in keywords and various things, but we've still got a lot of more work to do with this one right the way through. Okay, but you can see it is working. It is quite good. So if you did want to click on then that particular model for the Bedford, there it is in there, just like that. Okay, as you imagine, about is pretty much about us. You've seen it before. We've got a new email address as well, sales@pmmodelsuk.com. That is a personal little one for us as well. So if you want to go in there, get contact. Also, you've got the contact put in here. We've got a little map showing where the actual unit is, and obviously contact details down in there you can get in as well. And if you want to go to the usual social media things, they're down here at the bottom as well, so you can get hold of those. Just click on those, and that is it. It's that simple. We've tried to make it as simple as we possibly can. We didn't want to over complicate stuff, and so hopefully you can just come along, find out exactly which ones you want to do, click on them, and away you go. Now, obviously, this is a joint venture between me and Matt, so there's going to be certainly a lot of crossover with the actual Flory model site and with the PM site, and vice versa, of course. So hopefully we'll be able to give you the usual great deals as members. Hopefully we can give you the heads up to give you new arrivals when they're coming in, but also we'll be able to do special offers and do things like that with promo codes that you guys will be able to use and be able to get discounts, because again, that's something we've never been able to do on the Flory model site, but on this one we can actually just come along and say, right, okay, here's the promo code of, you know, whatever it's going to be. That will give you 10% off, 20% off, whatever, on specific items or kits or stock or everything else down here on the actual site itself. So we're quite excited about doing that one. Also, the reviews as well will appear on both sites as we make our way through. So hopefully you guys will be able to come along. I know a lot of you have asked about obviously us stocking other items such as paints and sundries. We are working on it. We are in talks with different paint manufacturers as we speak for doing new lines of paint and things like that. But you've got to imagine, it's not only is it the money, it's the time involved to putting all this together, as well as trying to do normal business hours and stuff like that. And there we go. That is it. It is that simple. So to check out, you'll just come along, hit the cart. Okay, there's your items. You can change up what you want, your numbers, things like that. You've got your totals down here in price. You'll go checkout. Okay. Okay, you've come along to your checkout, you're quite happy to go and everything else like that. So you'll just put your email in, okay, if you haven't already signed up to an account. Okay, so we'll just put that one in like that and we go continue. All right, so shipping by default, as you can imagine, you can see down here, and here is the UK. So shipping for the big Sanders and with the actual Beaufighter is $6.95. That is obviously fully insured and tracked and everything down on there as well. As you can see, that's our flat rate down there. But if you are in a different country and you wanted to go for something like Sweden, okay, you can see it goes up to $9.20. Again, that's signed for and tracked as well, because it's $9.20 shipping on that one with the kit and the Sanders. Okay, and if you are in the US of A, you'll click USA, and it's got your postage as well, $16.50. Postage, honestly, we can't do anything about it. It is what it is. It's the weights of things these days, and it's the volume. All right, so we try our best. But basically, you do all of that. You go continue, and then obviously you've got your payment options, you've got your review, and then obviously you'll just make your way to checkout. You can use PayPal, but you can use your normal cards and everything else like that, except any way of doing your payment. And obviously, if you've got promo promo code, stuff like that, you'll enter those at the end as well as you make your way through. All right, so it is literally as simple as that. Okay, it's one of those things we were saying we've been quite excited about for some time now, sorting all of this out. We've got a lot to do. It is just the basics at the moment, but we've got some great manufacturers down in there, as you might imagine. We've got some great deals going on as well. Okay, so you know, new things we've got coming in at the moment. I'm just trying to think, what did we have in very recently? I know we haven't done the new arrivals yet, but this will be filled up with all the new stuff as soon as we start getting it in as of today. But again, we've got some very, very nice stuff down in here. I'm just trying to think of just trying to think who we got actually. Collect model, they were the latest ones in. So there we go. We got that gorgeous one we showed earlier with the B52 and the B2 as well on there. So those are up for you as we speak at the moment. And there we go. Lovely. I must admit, it's been a bit of a pulling your hair out doing all of this one, but we are very, very excited about it, and we hope you are too. Please go and have a look today at it. Remember, it's pmmodelsuk.com. And you can go and have a look around there, see what bargains you can find. But obviously keep an eye out, usual thing on the Flory Models site and here in new arrivals. Sign up for the newsletter if you like as well. And then obviously we can keep you informed of what we're up to. So there we go. That's it from me. Happy modelling. Take care. We'll catch you all tomorrow.